Hello and welcome back to my channel, Darling Plays Games. So today we are going to be doing a Sims 3 speed build, and we are building a art gallery slash art museum. And this is the first time that I have ever done a museum lot type in any of the Sims games, even in the Sims like 2 or 4, especially Sims 4. Like, I've built bigger lots before. I've built malls and movie theaters, but I've never actually built an art gallery. So this is going to be a first time thing for me. So here I am trying to figure out like what's going on the outside. I wanted to put a parking lot since, you know, Sims 3, there are functional cars here, and the whole open world thing. So I wanted to build a parking lot for this build so that way Sims can come and park their cars when they come in. I wanted to do a community lot because I had built a house in the last Sims 3 speed build that we did, and I loved building that house, but I also thought that maybe we should do some community lot type, and I just thought that this would be a nice idea because there are, you know, sometimes EA builds can be a little weird or a little funky looking, so I thought that maybe why not have a nice gallery slash museum lot that you can just pop right into your game. So I will be making this lot available to download. I will leave a link in the description below of a Mediafire link for you to download this and pop this right into your game. So hopefully you guys enjoy playing with it. And I know I'm definitely going to be saving it to my bin so that way I can use it in other worlds. But I think I built this lot in Starlight Shores, I think it's called, the world that comes with, like, I don't know if it's Ambitions, the world that comes with like the singing career, like that Los Angeles inspired world. So yeah, that's where I built this at, and I made this build a little bit more modern. I was gonna go for a traditional kind of vibe, but I think it's not too like obscenely modern, like not too in your face modern, but like just the perfect amount of like, okay, this is not totally black and white, and it's not like totally columns everywhere looking very traditional. So I think it's a very good blend between the two. So here I am trying to figure out the floor plan on the second floor. This build has 3 floors, and on the 3rd floor there's like a rooftop garden. Like, there's 2 different terrace areas. There's one area that's a statue garden, and then what I ended up doing with the second area that we had, like the second terrace area that we had upstairs, I made it into like a like celebration area. Like, I don't know if Sims can actually like throw parties on these lots, but I mean, it's there if you ever want to like change the venue type or whatever. I put and you'll see when we get there, I put like a banquet table and a bunch of chairs and a dance floor, just because I thought it would be nice to have like a little community space on top of it being a museum. So yeah, as you can see, I'm here trying to figure out like the layout of the 3rd floor. So the layout was pretty tricky for me. I was struggling a little bit, I'm not gonna even lie. I was struggling because I didn't want to make it too big and too empty, and I was trying to think of what exactly I was going to fill up the space with. So as you'll see in like when I start furnishing it in the video, I ended up inspiring it by the World Adventures pack, I think it's called, that I have like different themed rooms for France and for Egypt and for China, that because that pack comes with like all the relics and stuff like that. So I just kind of modeled that after that. But the first 2 floors I put in were like purely art, so there's just like paintings down there in the first 2 rooms, I believe it is. So here I am trying to figure out all the colors and everything. I ended up going with just white because I didn't want to like overdo it and put something like paneling, and then it's like way too much for your eyes. So I just stuck with a plain white so that way it can match with everything. Here I am trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with the front area. So I actually redid this front area like 3 or 4 times, I think, and I ended up going with tables because I was gonna do countertops, but then I think what had happened was I don't think you can use counters, like put computers on top of counters in The Sims 3, so I ended up just using 2 desks. And just to make it look like a little check-in space where you can go and like get your tickets and stuff like that, and like information about the museum. Oh, and there's actually 3 terrace areas, I forgot. The second floor terrace, like what's going to be the sculpture garden, the 3rd floor sculpture garden, leads down to a smaller sitting area, like a sitting terrace area. So that's what that whole little level is about. So in this room, this is the France inspired room. So I added, I redid these a couple times, so not necessarily everything that you see in this beginning part is going to be in there, because I was really trying to rework like what is going to work for this room. I was really going back and forth with what I actually wanted to put in here, but I added some furniture because I was using some reference images of different museums, and something that's in these museums is like furniture, because obviously making fabric and stuff like that and patterns and furniture is all a very artistic skill. So a lot of these museums have furniture inside of them, so I thought it would be cool to kind of add that, especially since these spaces are pretty big, and I thought that that would be the perfect way to kind of fill everything up. But it doesn't matter because I ended up, I think, changing some of the layout up there. And there I am adding some seating in the middle, so that way Sims can walk through and maybe like take a rest stop. So this is the Egypt inspired room. I was going back and forth, like if you see the camera moving back and forth between all 3 different rooms, I was really trying to figure out where am I putting what and what exactly fits in different places. So originally I had, this is the Egypt room, and originally I had it in that small little hallway, but I switched it, I switched the Egypt room and the China room, just because the Egypt stuff from World Adventures, there's so much more of it. Like I didn't realize exactly how much Egypt stuff is in World Adventures. Like the sculptures, they're really huge, so that's why I switched the rooms around and then kind of put those sculptures and a lot of the wall stuff on display. So here is one of the hallways. I was struggling also to figure out what I wanted the hallways to look like. So I ended up going with just like putting seating there and tables. I didn't want to fill up or like clutter this build too much, so I ended up just making it very bare bones in the hallways, like as much bare bones as possible, because personally for me, I run The Sims 3, like I play this game and record all of my videos on a laptop, so I didn't want it to be, like I know after a while it gets kind of laggy if the builds, especially in The Sims 3, like if the builds are too big, it gets laggy, so I tried to limit the amount of stuff that I used and tried not to make it look too cluttered. So that's why the hallways look kind of like the way they do, like pretty plain and basic. So here I'm furnishing another gallery room, like another art room. There are a couple that I think there's these 2 up here, and then there's the 2 downstairs, and I tried to make these rooms with a theme in mind. So this room is like more modern art, and then the room across from it is more landscape, or I guess like traditional art. So that's why I was really struggling with trying to find pieces that actually fit this like a cohesive theme that kind of looked well together without running out of paintings. So yeah, I'm finishing furnishing up this room. and adding all the little lights above the images and stuff like that. When I tell you guys, I was struggling with those lights above the paintings. It was taking me forever because they weren't snapping onto the wall, and I was so frustrated with that. But I pulled through. And this right now, what we're furnishing is the sculpture garden. So I wanted there to be a cool little place for it to, like, for Sims to hang out and like see some sculptures, because there was a lot of nice sculptures in World Adventures, and I didn't want to just cram them all into one room on the inside. So I ended up putting them all upstairs on that rooftop like terrace. And here is, I thought it would be a really good idea to add in, I'm going back and forth between like the placement of different items, but I thought it would be a really good idea to have like an arts and crafts kind of room, so that way if you bring your Sims here, you can do some art stuff like with the easel and some sculpting stuff that we have there. Like there's one of those sculpting things, I can't remember what it's called, one of those pottery wheels I think it is. So just like you can pretend that, oh, there's I guess like a painting night here, like just like more sense of like a community kind of thing. So that's what I put in and made that room for. So here I was really struggling to find out, like, in terms of signage, I have some signs that are custom content, but I was really struggling to figure out where to put signs because there wasn't much signs for like just base game and stuff like that, and that's not custom content, and I wanted this build to be no custom content whatsoever. So here you guys can see that I am building the, what is this, like the third terrace. So I'm building this area up, putting in cheats. I'm building this area up. It's just a seating area. I was gonna originally add some like countertops to put some appliances on, so that way like Sims can make coffee and stuff like that, but I decided against it, and I just made it because I was building a cafeteria here anyway, which you guys are going to see right now. So I just thought that maybe like one cafeteria area is enough, and plus there's like a bunch of different what do you call those, vending machines around, so I thought that that would be enough. So yeah, I'm sitting here furnishing the cafeteria now. I thought having those like funky colored, like I've never used really the patterns for like some of the more out there patterns for countertops. I always go with, like when I'm building for myself, I always go for like a plain like white marble counter. So I thought that that bit of color went nicely with the floor color. And the flooring, by the way, I love the flooring that I chose. I thought it's already like a EA color palette, which is very surprising because sometimes the EA color palettes in, especially The Sims 3, can be a little, you know, out there. But this these tiles were really nice. I thought they were really well because they weren't too like out there, and I really struggled with what kind of flooring that I wanted. I was gonna originally go for, I think, like an all white marble flooring, but then I went against it and just ended up doing these tiles, and I think they go nice because they pay like reference to the history of The Sims with the whole plumb bob there. So I thought that was pretty cool for a museum. So yeah, as you can see, I'm finishing up here this cafeteria area, I guess you would call it. And off the side, like as you can see, there's the double doors right behind it. That is a gift shop that we do. I think I furnished it in like the last minute or so, which is coming up in a few seconds. But I that was a gift shop. I wanted it to be for Sims to like go and kind of like get their little knickknacks and stuff like that. And yeah, signage, as I was saying, I was struggling so bad with the signs in this game. And here is the second, so like as you guys have saw earlier, there were two terrace areas. So this is the second terrace area, like out the front, that I said I made it into a like not a hangout spot, what would you call it, like a celebration area. I'm not quite sure, but I thought it was a fun chance to use those tables. And yeah, you can see me struggling so much with I had move objects on, so I was struggling so much with the chairs. Like, they were not snapping no matter what I was doing, but they finally snapped, and it worked out pretty good. So I'm putting a dance floor and everything. I don't know exactly, like I said, if Sims can throw parties on these lots. I'm sure they could throw certain parties on certain lots, like certain party types, but I just added that just in case, like, if you want to take your Sim here for whatever reason, there's all of the necessary supplies for you to throw a party. And yeah, there is the back entrance area. I was originally gonna have it be like plain, and I think just put like some chairs there, but I thought that doesn't make any sense, because what if somebody like sneaks in and not try to pay for admission, even though there's no like admission in this game, but you know, it's all pretend. So the last room, here we are furnishing the gift shop. Yeah, the gift shop, which leads right into the parking lot, so you can exit the museum through the gift shop. When I tell you guys, I was struggling with trying to figure out the displays and what I was going to put on there, because it's purely for show, but I was struggling so much. Like, I have all these shelves, and then as you can see in like just a minute, I ended up changing them from shelves to like the display shelves. I think they come with ambitions, or one of it comes with some expansion pack, but I ended up changing the shelves there, and I had some wine racks. See, as you can see right there, I had some wine racks just so that you know, you can buy, I guess, a bottle of wine that pays tributes to the French exhibit there. But yeah, here I am. So this is just finishing up right now. I added 2 more parking spaces on the side, and then for the final thing I did was just furnish like the outside. But now I am going to take you guys inside and give you a slow grand tour of the entire place. Alright, now let me give you guys the grand tour of the art gallery. So this is what it looks like from the outside. My game is a little laggy right now because I've had it open for a couple hours, but bear with me. So you come in through here, and this is like the entrance area. I'm gonna show it pretty much like an overhead view, because getting too into it, my camera's like lagging a little bit. I don't know what's up with that, but this is what it looks like. These are the different rooms that we have here. We have I like this room the most. This is more of like a classical art kind of room. And this is pretty much like the layout of this room and the other room that's right across the hall from it. This one is more modern art, and then the other one is more traditional. So coming through here, on this side here we have like a little, I guess, hallway area with some refreshments, like some vending machines, and this leads out into the parking lot and also has access to the, what is this called, the gift shop. So this is the gift shop on the side. You enter the gift shop through the cafeteria area. I love the color of these chairs that I picked out. I think that they're really cute, and I'm gonna probably add them to my game. So this is the cafeteria area, and then this is like the second, I guess, like reception area. And across the hall from that we have the, what do you call this, the like community art room, where you can come and do some arts and stuff. There's some lockers on the side, some paintbrushes on the tables. In this little hallway off the side here, we have 2 bathrooms with stalls and everything, which are just basic bathrooms, and some vending machines over there. And come upstairs through here. Around the other side there are elevators, and here is the second floor, where you can see there are 2 little bathrooms here, just like single bathrooms. Oh, and they have I don't know if you're going to be taking your toddler here, but there are the little potty seats for the toddlers. Here is the France inspired room. As I said, I changed some of the stuff around. So I took out the chairs that were there, and I changed around the arrangement of the seat, and I ended up putting some bases that were in the World Adventures pack. And then through there, you come in through here, and this is the, what do you call this? The Chinese, I guess, inspired room, like the China World inspired room. And I think this room came out pretty nice. So we have some fans and stuff here. And then on this side, we have the Egypt room, which is a really huge room because there's so many Egypt artifacts in this pack that I had to put everything, I had to try to make everything fit here. Yeah, and here we go down these hallways. We have two other art rooms right here. This is like more of a modern art room that we have, and then across the hall from it is more traditional, like landscape, I guess, paintings. I tried to make it have like a cohesive theme, as I said before. I wanted every room to be cohesive, but it didn't always work out because of the limitations of how many different paintings there are in the room. So you come up through those staircases, and there are elevators, as I've said, on that side right over here. You come up through here and you have access to the two terraces. Here is one of the terraces with a bunch of like celebration stuff. Over here, a bar area and some chairs and tables and a dance floor where you can, I guess, like throw a party. There are two bathrooms here with potty seats, of course. And the garden, I think, is super nice. Let me just try to get like a better look at it. Yeah, the garden here is really, really pretty. I thought it came out pretty nice. Just a chill area for Sims to come up here and like look at these beautiful sculptures. I love these sculptures over here on this side. I don't know what is up with my game right now. It's like super laggy. But I love these three sculptures that came with World Adventures. They're so pretty, and I think they inspired the whole entire premise of a sculpture garden. So you come down from the sculpture garden, and there's like this little seating area here. Oh, my camera is acting all kinds of just ridiculous right now. So you come down through here, and I utilized the Chinese inspired fountain and put it down here because there was no room for it upstairs, but I thought it fit nicely down here anyway. So here's just like a little seating area there, and I think that is pretty much it because that's the gift shop. Oh, and there's a photo booth down here in the gift shop. I like to put photo booths in places so that way like my Sims can have memories of things that they did. So here's like the little gift shop that we have here with just some displays. This is all just like for show, and I guess these would be like miniature display items, like replicas. So yeah, this is the entire museum. Let me just kind of like back out of it and just put all the walls up. So this is the, I think I ended up naming it like the Nova Art Gallery or something like that. So this is the art gallery that I have built in Sims 3, and I'm going to, like I said, leave a link in the description below for you guys to download it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this build, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!